around because Spirit have not played a lot of Vertigo recently. Decider, if we get to it, is going to be Overpass. So knowing that Spirit picked into the Vert, that Astralis picked into the Nuke, how are you feeling about that map pool now, Alan?
Yeah, one of the ones where I have to dig up the old stats to find out where they were. I mean, towards the end of last year, absolutely excellent team.
The year playing a ton of Nuke, right? They kept picking into Nuke. They wanted to play Nuke, but it didn't necessarily go their way in a lot of situations. I'm curious to see how this is going to go. Early exchange on towards site. Buzz, the only survivor, as I've been talking a little bit too long while the pistol was rolling here, Alan. And it does seem like this is going to go the way of Spirit, unless the young gun can pull off something truly magical. I think he pulled off a pistol ace in like his first series. But with 18 HP and a Glock, this would be even wilder. One already found. Clinical with these pistols. 9 bullets in the gun.
If he can get down the vent,
He
might be a bomb
could.
plant. Wonderful seems like he's kind of jiggling it, but he's got to worry about Hut 2.
It's a massive risk as well, right? He has no idea if one of these players that fought up top went down below.
Yes and no. I think at this point you're playing for a bomb plant, right? I mean, Buzz is not winning this round under no circumstances.
Unless. Feel a buzz in the air? Because I don't.
No bees round here.
Buzz, buzz.
Buzz, buzz, buzz. Well, we didn't miss too much. Bit of an A rush. Seemed to get massacred on the initial assault. Maybe the nades weren't quite effective enough.
Do we know why he's named Buzz? Big fan of Lightyear or
I was
big fan of the bees?
Maybe he wants to go to the moon.
I feel like if he's like, yeah, I'm going to generate some buzz, that's like a high-level nickname language pun for a Dane. Not anything against Danes in particular. It's just hard to make like very like it's like a I don't know what the word would be, like a tangential connection in a language that's not your native language, but it'd be clever if that was the thinking.
Who knows? Maybe he watched First Man and thought this Buzz Aldrin.
Yeah,
he is the bee's knees.
He actually just saw the clip of Buzz Aldrin absolutely cold cocking the moon landing denier and was like, yeah, that's my hero.
Have you seen the Ali G Buzz Aldrin interview?
I haven't, but I'm sure it's tremendous.
It is legendary.
I do.
He asked some absolutely excellent
Ali G.
questions like, will man ever walk on the sun? And then Buzz Aldrin says, it's too hot. And Ali G comes back and says, what if we went in winter?
I love Ali G. All right, we've got a hunt down in this round. There's nothing doing. blameF is the last alive. That should be a regular expectation. The second vent right now. Let's see if he gets one. Nope.
Couldn't ask for a cleaner start, could you?
No.
You were Spirit.
Spirit. Really just keeping this very, very uninteresting through the first 2 rounds. Very clean.
Righty. Well, it is a bit of a bonus. No warp. Couple MP9ers in the mix. Maybe a lobby crunch. Maybe some ramp aggression. There are options here. But if I'm Astralis, I'm thinking Adder is up for grabs because I know there's no warp in play and I know the weaponry is not ideal.
The down secret. They made some noise in doing so as well, so Wonderful should have those comms. Let's see what the adjustment is. Chopper's been sent down initially. Second player thinking about joining him in Magix, but he's going to hesitate at least for the moment. Not ready for it. Still wary about the ramp lurk, and indeed, Astralis are making their way outside. They're taking this space, they're taking this control. Wonderful, he's under threat. He was shot at. Does he know? He should know. Patsy tries to come in to clear that. But how do you do anything in this position with just a scout now for Wonderful? A smoke to try and isolate the fight with the Heaven player. With Patsy unable to get that kill, it puts them in a really tough spot. Astralis being funneled lower. This is actually working a little bit better in their favor, but a peek in for info from Chopper. That'll be punished. And now this is looking dire. Not cleared. Magix. They overestimate their positioning. Now Magix is going to make them pay. You owe him the toll. And while glaive will clear this out, what was looking to be a clean round has just a little tiny asterisk on it now.
Oof. Maybe Siren can just get an M4 and save it. That would be nice. There's that bomb plant, and yeah, Siren's not making any moves. Alarm bells are ringing, and he doesn't want to get into that affair. And Astralis certainly heard my calls. Get aggressive. They just swung behind red with no nades because they knew there was no AWP in play. Got a lot of space for free. I was pretty stunned that Patsy, I think it's Patsy and Mini, didn't hear the jump of the play that jumped off Mini roof from around the corner, but that's what led to Wonderful being in an awful position. So, well played round from Astralis, and Spirit just couldn't adjust after losing so much control now that they didn't have the weapons to fight it, and they can never get into a good setup.
All comes out, so it's going to be a different story this time around. Chopper back on the Famoose for a little bit of extra utility, but otherwise it's a pretty good buy for Spirit. Perks of having those clean first couple of rounds is there's a little more money than you'd normally get to play with here. Heavy lobby presence early, not so much presence outside. Astralis seem to be expecting this. Holding for a lobby crunch, they might actually think, They'll certainly know there's rifles on the other side now. There might have been a thought that it could have been an upgraded pistol round if the money wasn't quite as good.
I assume he goes and drops smokes here because they've only actually used 2, but a couple more are missing. They're going to explode a ramp whilst those adder nades go down. Check out bomb, though. Is this just a ruse? Because the bomb is all the way out of lobby.
This is really interesting. They've taken so much space. Maybe they didn't think they would get it. But no, the bomb's going to come up and link up with them. So it is going to be the ramp play. At least for the moment. Chopper will get put up and towards Mustang, and 2 players postured lower. This forces Spirit to account for fights on 2 angles. Astralis a lot of control. But look at this clear coming back in. Magix is looking for the information. He's coming back up for the fight. Did he spot them? They're all there. He's trying to clear this, and Magic's down for the count means that now Wonderful's in a really tough spot. But the AWP at that. They might not expect him to be down here, but he'll only get 1. Trade is A-okay. Zipback's happy to throw his life down on the line to realistically secure a round. 3-on-3, though. The lurker found early. Device down means that Spirit might give this a look.
Let's see. They might be really scared of vents right now. Nobody's made a fast move. And they've only got a few seconds now to make this decision. Chopper's on his way down the vent. Siren's in tow. So it looks like they're going to give this a look. I haven't got a smoke. It's going to be really hard to trade out a decon. I don't know how you get good fights out of this.
Right down the vent itself. But, oh, the catch. Oh, no. Buzz caught in transition. That could have been a huge exchange. Good kill from Glaive. All but secures it down to the 1v1. Kit available for Siren, so he's got a little bit of time, but that time is now. Glaive has pulled him. The round is won. Glaive will get the kill to boot. Nice bit of play from Glaive, but it's really that critical first kill that he had to win.
Yeah, I'm not sure why Buzz is moving around so much. He might have thought they were saving because it was a little bit slow, but yeah, but exposed in the open. He gave them a window into that retake. A little too much to ask, and the ultimate result is they lose all those rifles. There's obviously no chance of an investment here, so all in all, it's pretty good for Astralis. They've fully broken the money. They're always on the weaker side. They're not too dismayed about losing those early rounds. And a full USP eco, not even a P250 invested or a flashbang. It's going to be a miracle if Spirit even find any kills here.
blameF gets the vent, but instead of going back down the vent, he comes back up top. Ooh. They are not going to think this is here, but likewise, he has no idea that Chopper snuck through. So there's a kill in. That's a rifle that is 100% retrievable. blameF comes back to make it a substantially less percent. That's a bomb. That's the bomb, Alan. Alan, that's the bomb. There's a player outside. This is getting so kind of weird. Trying to retrieve the guns is proving costly, and now Now things are gonna be chill. But golly.
Wow. It doesn't seem like much, but 2 kills with no investment is quite a result. And what's going on there? I mean, obviously the smoke walkthrough, we kind of can understand how that transpires, but the player getting all the way out through lobby and getting on the roof and killing a player with the bomb, there must have been a gap, a lapse in communication. Fortunately, it wasn't a gun run and fully cost them, but it's not the greatest omen, I guess, for Astralis.
Patsy collects in towards secret, gets one. Buzz just trying to walk in. Thinking the position wouldn't be occupied, and Patsy with a smoke up might just be able to get away. Dave wants to punish this, but he's going to go towards garage instead.
It's well read by
a lot
blameF,
of
isn't
space
it?
outside.
Because you know the outer rifler is committed into secret. He hasn't seen Wonderful. But how do they need to bring him into play, don't they? They need to activate glaive. How do you pull attention away from outer? You need to get this man Wonderful to be fully focused on inner. And then maybe there's a chance. Ramp, it might not be a bad idea if you pull Wonderful down. There's a lot of real estate for glaive to work with on outer.
He's sticking up top for now. Now he spotted glaive. So now they've got the awareness. Problem is they've lost ramp room, so they're going to shift magics down to help the defense lower. If they can clear out this outside position, that would be huge. But at least for the moment, Chopper up on top of Hut doesn't want to shift to try and go for the mini fight, to maybe go for the pinch on glaive.
It feels like timing, doesn't it? Because Wonderful is having to juggle so much. He's actually seeded Heaven in favor of playing into Mustang. Of course, the glass smashing there is going to give away a lot of the game. But Spirit have a man advantage. They've seeded so much of this map. I'm a little bit nervous for them, Mike, because they're having to cover off endless angles.
It all comes down to this Heaven fight. 25 seconds, right? Presumably Heaven and Mini's going to be the fights. That's the first engagement for Wonderful. Not repositioning, though. That's going to be tough from Hut. Chopper turning in time. Time is the issue here. blameF wins that engagement. The health, abysmal, but time enough to get this bomb planted. That's what Astralis were looking for. And Patsy's stuck. Risking it on the vent drop before his teammates in position, that's a tough one. And he's going to go all the way back around to come up top.
Is there a kit down somewhere? Either.
I think there might
can't
be
see one. I can't see one.
That could be bad. That could be really bad. So they have to accelerate here. Spam through the middle would catch blameF, but of course they don't know that. Patsy goes forth to try and bait in an opportunity. Can't find it. And Magix is going to give this up. That was a really touch and go around from Astralis after Wonderful finds the first kill into Heaven, but they pull it off.
You got to give Astralis a lot of credit for how they worked the mid round, and as much as I'll talk about in a minute, Spirit did drop the ball a tad. Astralis made them so uncomfortable that it was really difficult to make decisions for them.
For me, the big issue with that Spirit setup was you have the two players very committed to Mustang and Hut, right? And then the third player's tucked second vent. So they don't have the ability to. I mean, if you know, I guess you don't know that lobby's clear, which is the concern there. But if you knew that they're all coming from Mini and Heaven, that vent player can't really get engaged until his teammates are dead.
I think the real question you have to ask of Spirit is, they know they've lost ramp. They know that glaive was outer. They just heard the glass broke in the lockers area. At what point Spirit kind of pull the ripcord on holding A itself and say, let's have a lobby? There can't be more than one player here or something. It's hard though. You're in a man advantage. You're always a little bit hesitant to make a move, but I think at times in that round, Spirit had enough information to say we can cede this site as long as we have some control elsewhere. And as it turns out, holding onto Heaven from the site is not an easy task whatsoever. That's a gap.
Exploited just yet.
I'm surprised Spirit are playing free outer, if you count the mini player, and one in secret when they know nobody's crossed on that bad smoke.
I think the idea, if I had to imagine, is that blameF has had a lot of success getting in towards garage here. So they may be trying to punish that, or thinking that against an eco, there's more of a likelihood that they'd go outside and try and exploit the rifle advantage. But yeah, they're avoiding it entirely, are Astralis.
Oh, it's the perfect call for them because they did the wrap smokes too, which is obviously going to hold the setup for even longer. They prodded ramp. They haven't seen anything. But their options are incredibly open. This duel is important. Buzz can just win this. They're in a lot of good.
That's about going to take any danger out of this round. Chopper be chopping, but this would be absurd. And it is not the kind of round Astralis are prone to giving up.
He's already taken armor damage. Give it a look in, maybe. Try and get a couple frags.
I mean, you don't need the head armor, right? Up against AKs.
No, but I feel for you go for the damage. Not
well, he won't.
No, not up for it. They've actually done a decent job, haven't they, of keeping this money at least within terms, given it's now a 5-round streak from Astralis, but starting to feel a little bit nerve-wracking. A little bit nerve-wracking. Spirit had a man advantage, of course, in the previous rifle round. Couldn't convert. A little bit static. I hope for their sake they've learned their lesson here, because this T-side from Astralis is starting to pick up some serious steam.
Ooh, Patsy. All right, there's a bit of luck to start a round. As Spirit are looking to get the CT side activated. It's always nice when you get a smoke spam kill. Still, we do a buzz up and under. Wonderful's looking for him. The duel between the young guns. The newest additions to these teams. Counterparts on either side in some way. Wonderful already a year into his roster. Buzz, a little bit fresher. And otherwise, it's going to be up to Magix here in ramp. That's where the threat is coming. They want to pinch in towards lower. Again, they had a lot of success on it. They're pushing Magix off very quickly. It's interesting.
Magix, I kind of like this from Magix because you see how he falls all the way back to the silo on B site, and he's kind of playing with Wonderful. They're both in the same vicinity of this B bomb site. They can play off each other a tad. Now there's a gap. Buzz, if he gets a good time, he could walk. It's all a question if this Wonderful is looking the right way at the right time as this split starts to ensue.
Oh, he's tagged. Position known. They know he's going to be playing here somewhere, and now he's been echolocated. There's no HEs, fortunate for him. It's kind of an awkward angle to molly, and Buzz isn't with him with that Molotov. But he's still, you can imagine, a dead man, and indeed he is. And now they're creeping ever closer. Buzz activates, Wonderful down. This round's over. This lower site, that this ramp control has been such an issue for them. So the question becomes to me, Alan, obviously what you're doing now, where Magix is giving up control at first contact, hasn't been working very well. Did they maybe try and take some aggressive positioning? How do they answer this?
He's also been sitting on his nades, rather than playing a bit for information and putting their smoke down or something of the sorts. They could swap Wonderful perhaps into playing ramp, give it a different look and fight it a tad harder, but yeah, they're, be it outer or ramp, they seem to be seeding both very easily on a lot of these rounds. There's another man advantage where they can't convert because, I mean, you can't blame Wonderful. We seem to juggle so much of the map. Magix also leaves us just exposed on that silo, so A, he's given up his position, and he's not got the HP to take a fully clean fight. This is getting really worrying for Spirit. You can't ask for a lot more on CT Nuke than 2 clean entries in gun rounds. When it's the early round, you got all the time to position. They couldn't have been in stronger positions. It must be, this map must be 85% win rate for CT's man up like that.
Yeah. Some tough draws here early for Spirit, understanding why Astralis picked into this. Very punishable tendencies, and they're doing a good job of it. Okay, device outside. This time they don't drop the smokes. They just go. They just go, and the change in approach really catches Spirit off guard. So you've already lost Patsy in this round. That was for one of the rifles. Down and out of play. Wonderful. Caught. Fangs are being taken out of this bit by bit. I wonder if that was a hard read from Astralis, knowing that Patsy was one of the survivors, knowing that Patsy's been that outside rifler, trying to catch him early.
More so that Wonderful doesn't have the AWP, I suspect. I've seen it a few times already, but I think give Glaive a lot of credit for this T-side. I've loved the little adjustments, and I don't think the entries they've given up have been because of huge mistakes. It's just, you know, a bit of a lucky spray from Spirit or a bit of an outplay. But their mid-rounding has been great. I love the pace they're bringing to outer. I wonder at what point Spirit might even start nade stacking it, because they've lost the control after 20 seconds in so many of these rounds. I think it's also time to pause, isn't it, for Spirit before the next gun round? This is starting to get out of control. And of course, in a qualifier like this, it's double elimination for those unaware. You don't want to fall down lower, and I mean, even a Godsend or a team like that still has punchy elements. It's an important matchup for Spirit. You don't want to just fall out early.
But falling out of this round, what are they going to be able to do about that? Okay. Not even the quick exchange outside. I mean, it's just nothing's working for them, right? I think Siren's probably going to be able to save this rifle. That's a nice boon, at least. They'll have all the weaponry and utility in this next round. But we got to see something a little more dynamic coming through from Spirit. Because right now, sitting back on towards their sites, playing their normal default, you know, falling in from ramp and all that, they're getting absolutely geschmackered. I think that's the technical term, Alan.
It absolutely is. Check your dictionaries. It'll be in there. It'll be in there.
I mean, only Chopper and Siren are even at an even KD, and that's largely just because of the saves that have come through, so...
And it's out of control. I mean, as much as they were keeping the money close earlier, the last few rounds have been utter dominance from Astralis there. They've got cash for the rest of this half, very likely now. Let's have a look at the setup. Magic's is still playing ramp. Dropped his nades early this time. Wonderful's playing from heaven at the start. It's a default setup, but I'm not so concerned just yet. It's more the mid-round where I'm really going to focus on this. Astralis now primed, I guess, for some outer smokes. A lot of players around the silo. They start whittling down some control. I think after they lose outer here, let's really watch how Spirit readjust.
Chopper wants to peek up secret. This is the difference. This is the difference. They molly it early, just trying to sell that he's not here so he can play around the flames, but he can't capitalize. Alan, now he can't take this fight. Now he can't take this fight. Counter molly's going to be in. He wants to try and exploit it, but that's a big ask. Patsy's looking for ankles, looking for heals. He's not getting them. He is going to get the first. Ooh, damage onto the second. A dink on a glaive. That's not bad. Can they capitalize? So, even exchange.
Glaive is so wounded. Advanced with the bomb here.
Love this. Oh,
and if he gets dropped, this is a big problem.
Yeah. A little bit trickier. Pressure in towards ramp, and they, like a clock, give it up. Spirit does not want to contest here. But Glaive, I mean, if he loses the bomb in heaven. Trying to distract
18 seconds.
He couldn't get up. This is done. This is done, realistically.
Only Xyp9x can save him. He's the only player that can get into heaven.
Also have to try and force this to try and make this awkward. He'll succeed, but is he going to burn to death? Ooh, smoke down just in the nick of time. And Spirit, they've already won it on time. They know.
What an awkward round. I wonder if Glaive didn't realize he had the bomb for a second. I was pretty stunned. He was crawling close hell with the bomb alone.
Yeah, if anyone else has the bomb there, it's such a powerful position to be in.
It's also, so obviously, if you don't have the bomb, it's even better because then you can play up your teammates' contact and be a lurker and be a thorn in the side. When you have the bomb, imagine how compelled you feel to, oh my lord, it's 30 seconds, I need to go. Be what may, I need to try and force a fight. And I'm not sure Glaive could have done anything else. Maybe there was time to get all the way back into mini, but whatever he did, it was pick your poison. There was no easy route. Spirit will take that, though. The problem is it doesn't inspire us with the most confidence, then that's the way they've won the round. They still were in a bad macro position. Just fortunate that Astralis didn't have the best positioning on the bomb. Much slower start. And Wonderful has flipped into ramp. Look at this. There is a bit of a change up, and he's in quite an aggressive spot, so can even push lobby when they get some information on this out of control.
Like this. Give them an actual chance to have impact in the round before they just, you know, give it back. And this is backing away. He's backing away.
Did he
Magic's
take a fight there?
Position.
What actually took him off the angle? Was it seeing these
just
nades
timing?
outer?
He didn't see anything. Timing and outer presence, I guess. Device is up on top of red box looking for a duel. Deep smokes in. Looks like they're going to try and take some control towards Secret again. Locker's just smoked off, so nothing Wonderful can do about this. He's down low, not up high, and they've read the positioning.
There's nobody lower. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, Wonderful catches. That's nice. No chopper. What do you got for us? He's got one. He's got two. Chopper through the smoke. Punishing. And Spirit seem like they're finally getting their feet under them. blameF is going to activate here in lobby. Trying to make sure there's space, but they don't realize Siren was here the whole time. blameF, he will go down. The last to fall. The last to falter. 2 rounds in a row for Spirit. A chance to make something of this game.
Still got some life to them. I guess Astralis are a little bit late on the cross smokes. Maybe Wonderful just caught kind of a wisp of one of them. They went by, took the pot shot and got the kill. Either way, it's another round where Astralis have burnt the clock a long way, and the round was probably already too far gone, but it left them no options. They couldn't work it as a pair and try and find another avenue, so I wonder if Astralis going to up the pace. Already appears like the answer is yes. Buzz is sprinting for secrets, and as we can see, the bomb is nowhere near, so this is all in the aims of pulling players lower and pulling attention away from the A-bomb site for Spirit.
Catch outside. 1-for-1 exchange there as Chopper makes sure it's not a vulnerability. That's a big find for Siren. They're trying to get some control in towards A, but a little disjointed without that mini approach. Don't have all the pieces you were looking for, so now they slow things down. Question is going to be, what can Buzz do? No one's watching for him. Siren checking it, but doesn't have it on the timing on that smoke fade. Can Buzz catch? This would be huge. Chopper coming in for a clear. There's the kill. Now major pressure on for Siren. There's still a molly as well to clear him out. If that goes back silos, he is in trouble. And it doesn't, but Device will make it a-okay.
These guys need to save. Look at the money. Look at the money, guys. It's not worth it.
That's tough. That's really tough. Astralis at least going to be winning the half. I think if these two guns make it through, they'll be okay into the next. Lost bonus isn't completely gone just yet. But you're really loath to give up any rounds here. And Magix, he's wandering into the danger zone. The Buzz boundary. Buzz will shrink the boundary. So seems like they're going to be content to allow these CTs to save, just provided they take the round.
So awkward again for Spirit. This time looked like Astralis got players close mini and then heard Patsy on the reload and just exploded through. Was traded onto Glaive, but they weren't ready for Buzz to be there too. And you could just see, did you see Siren, who was playing behind the silos on A? He was holding heaven. Spirit have seeded way too much of this map. Of course, that time Patsy going down loses them a lot of outer presence, but it's just been a very common trend to turtle up on the bomb sites over prioritizing control and information. This has been a very un-Patsy game. Patsy is... The way I explain Patsy to everybody is Patsy is the next Yakindar. They are so similar as players. They both have incredibly aggressive streaks. They play the same positions, but Patsy's played a very passive game. I know he died in the previous on that reload, but irrespective, he's never been in position on outer to get in behind or have some late information or make Astralis uncomfortable as they're taking this out of control. It's really not what I'd expect from this player.
No, it's really not what you expect from Spirit either. It feels like that's been the case all over the map, right? We had that one sort of timid, aggressive hold on towards ramp that they gave up seeing nothing. We've not had any hut pushes. We've not had any outside fight. We've had like one round where they actually peeked Secret. I think Chopper had one round where he did it. It's a really passive defaulty nuke. There's a player secret, but a Molotov in is going to dissuade Magic from doing this. Say what you will about, Spirit. Astralis are doing a great job of dotting the I's and crossing the T's. They are making sure that there's very few opportunities to get involved. They're looking for potential aggressive posturing, and they've been punishing it effectively as well. So I do think, this is a kind of a weird look for Spirit, but Astralis are also doing a phenomenal job at taking this control.
Look at
Buzz
Wonderful, man. Look at him. He can't. He was advanced in ramp, and he's had to give it because he's so scared of hell.
And he should be. Buzz is right there.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm more commenting on how Spirit seeded this control once again with no real contest. Astralis, they're just playing textbook Counter-Strike with their outer takes, and they're getting it for free every single time.
Buzz keeping his teammates safe, getting them into position towards Mini. There you go. There's Patsy activated, but he's going to go up the ladder, and Buzz gonna punish this. No world where Patsy was ready for that one. But Chopper is a little bit of a decision there for Buzz, a little bit disjointed, but Siren stuck into a spot. If he wins this duel, zip back, there's something for it. Oh God, look at the Heaven player. Figured he was dead when Glaive peeked out first, and somehow Spirit bring it back.
Well, that was scrappy. That was very scrappy. I think Spirit got away with that one because all those A players were in the midst of crossfires. Astralis just couldn't quite get the best duels. Glaive really should have won that coming out of Heaven. Hanging on by their fingertips. They have got a reasonable round haul given how absolutely troublesome this CT half has been. But it doesn't really change my opinion that I don't think we're big fans of this Counter-Strike so far. The number of rounds now where Wonderful's also been in a nice advanced position in towards ramp, and Astralis do outer control, outer nades, and we've never had a lobby crunch response. It's incredibly passive calling from Spirit, and something that I am not accustomed to with these guys.
Yeah.
These guys are the masters at mid-round aggression as a team, and they also say they base a lot of their gameplay off Heroic. Heroic would have pushed lobby loads of times by now.
Well, apparently they're just feeling very vanilla today. No extra flavor is really tossed in here. And Spirit, they love a bit of vanilla. Sorry, Astralis, they love a bit of vanilla.
Yeah. I need some wasabi ice cream to heat this up. Anus.
Well, here you go. Here's a little bit of chopping. Not enough chopping. By far. Bomb down. Another... Are we going to get a save here? What's the money like? Oh, we're going to get a save here. Oh, no. Oh, Spirit. 9 rounds on the board for Astralis. And they have to try and hold these guns to even compete for a 6th of their own.
Yeah, there's a sickly taste in the mouth of Spirit right now, and it's not wasabi. It's the game. It's not looking good.
Have you had wasabi ice cream?
No, I'm just saying it would be shocking, but that's what I need. I need something left field, Mike. You said it yourself. Vanilla isn't working for me. I need some spice.
There's an ice cream place near me that makes an ice cream called Cosmic Beats, and it is incredible. It's beet ice cream with orange and chunks of chocolate cake in it.
I think I need to come to Philly again.
So good.
Give it a go.
So good.
Best ice cream I ever had was in Milan. It was Parma Violet. You know the sweets, the purple ones?
Mm-hmm.
Parma Violet ice cream.
Interesting.
It was pretty wild.
He lives. Yup, survives. But what are they going to do with it to make us believe in this round? That's the big question. Wonderful, not nearly activated. Patsy, not nearly activated. I mean, they're just waiting for it to come to them, and that's not been working. So last round, last chance. Zipex has a P90, so I think Astralis are going to go quick.
Oh, he could have got dropped an AK, so...
All the money in the world. He could have bought himself an AK.
Is he going down vent or something?
He has 2K spare. He could have bought himself an AK. This is a decision. This is a choice. He's the point man, and he's dead, so it wouldn't matter what gun he has. Magix! This is how it was supposed to work this whole dang time. Kill everybody. Why not? Finally give up his life, but 3 held there in towards the ramp. And now just Device left alive. This would be some heroics. He's got the first. Wonderful. Making a miss. Rolling back the gears. The Device of yore emerging here with an AK-47. Bullets in the gun, but just hits headshots. Breaking the window. Patsy's looking for this. Molotov in to make Patsy uncomfortable. Prevent the control peek. And he's got all the time in the world to play with, Alan. So he's spooling this up. He's checking his corners. But as soon as he plants,
There's actually nobody decon.
Waiting for it. The ramp peak's going to be tough. The ramp peak's going to be tough. Chopper's in the angle. Vice has been pulled off. He gets the one. Doesn't realize the second is out. And Chopper's there to finish things off. A good attempt for Astralis. We'll be right back. And we're back in here, folks. Got the fun underway. Astralis and Spirit, and I think Astralis are enjoying this one so far. But Spirit on the T side, see what they got for us. Heavy ramp presence early on, straight up rush, swinging on in, and blameF ready for it. Bomb dropped at his feet. This could not be a better start for Astralis as they look to seal the deal on their map pick. Glaive, all this controlling towards lobby as well. There's no way they're ready for this.
Oh my lord.
And they've just killed everybody with dualies.
Massacre in ramp. Absolute massacre, and they didn't need this half to start in that manner, did they, Spirit? They needed a pistol or a reset here to get their offensive campaign off to a great start. But it's not to be. Lack of a bomb plant. Stave off any investment here, and Astralis seemingly can do no wrong. Can do no wrong. They look absolutely brilliant, and blameF is going to be very happy about that 4K.
I got the strats ready. Got the prep. Glaive. Gonna get dropped upon. He does get his bell rung, so a little bit unexpected here. Oh my goodness. Spirit with the Glocks. A tank on the device with the Glocks. They don't have the bomb. They don't have the bomb, Alan. Otherwise, this could get so very spicy, but instead, there's a chance to clear things out. One just picked up a gun, though, and he's down. And Magic's is down. And the Siren is going to be isolated. So what do you do now with a Glock and a Dream? A force of a bomb plant. That's what's going to happen, but they're already trying to shift to meet him. I don't think Device can beat him to punching these numbers in. So money made. Nope, never mind. Device can indeed. He's quick on his feet. He's light on his toes. And that is a recovery for Astralis.
Pretty mesmerizing lock egos still. I almost don't blame them for not having the bomb because that round accelerated so fast and became dangerous. But they could never group up, could they? If they could group up 3-on-1 there and force a 1-on-1 in the end, anything could have happened. But even so, this is the most important round of this map so far for Spirit. This is their one chance to break the money fully for Astralis. There's no loss bonus. They're in 1400. It would be a double eco scenario for them. Unbelievably important to recovering this map is this one for Spirit. They can't make any mistakes.
Siren a little worse for the wear, but they're taking the space outside under cover of smoke, and into its secret they will go. They've got it. Where's the adjustment from Astralis right now? No one down lower to meet them. It'll be Zipax is the first to potentially rotate. We get the vent dive from Buzz as well, but for the time being, it's just going to be Zipax. He has no nades either.
They were clearly gambling there, weren't they? It was only when the player from Heaven took the jewel. They realized what's up. And immediate look at this. Look at the response from Astralis. 2 players into Squeaky. They're clearing. Device is in ramp now, so you can potentially start helping Zipnix. And already the proactivity is looking real different to Spirit.
It is indeed. Magic's up on top of the roof. Ooh, they're going looking for him. That's not going to be a kill. Nice bit of movement from Buzz to not get caught on the ladder. Because they've got awareness of that lurk. And so, blameF waiting deep in garage. Will collect. So the lurkers have been shot down. They're going to go back to the first read, which is in towards B, but it's looking a lot less good now. And Zipax, now he's got support device coming through. 2 crosshairs on. This is falling apart for Spirit. So much early control, but they get nothing for it. They get nothing. Magix is presumably just going to save here.
I wonder what that round would have looked like if the Astralis player in Heaven never spotted them crossing secret. Because I really don't think Astralis... I think they were banking that it was just a fake. There were no noise cues, there was no flashes, there was no molly into secret, and I think they gambled it. But even so, the adjustment from Astralis was so nice. I love the mid-rounding and the movement from Device in particular, being in ramp at the right time, and they're clearing lobby, they're calling out that information. Fair enough, Buzz probably should have died, but all in all... no harm, no foul. They got away with that one. And Spirit, just a half buy. This scoreline's starting to look so poor on the eyes. And they won this map last time against Astralis. That's why we're so surprised about this one-sided affair.
Yeah. I mean, it is Astralis' pick, so don't count Spirit out of the series just yet. But in terms of looking like the better prepared team, looking like they're Johnny on the spot, I mean, this is very encouraging if you're an Astralis fan.
I think they played beautiful Counter-Strike. Absolutely beautiful. Perhaps Spirit are leaving a few too many avenues open, but Astralis have capitalized almost every single time. Glaver's called an excellent game. And at the moment, they're the only team in this server that looks like a tier 1 team. Let's put it that way. They're the only one making the right reactions, being proactive. It's been excellent so far. Where's that kill come from? All the way out onto Device playing wide outside of Heaven and gets picked.
Headshot. That's... That is a bit wild. It's going to make things a lot tougher. You can see
is there
the
an
turtling
AWP or a
up.
rifle down?
I'm not sure. Blaze found one. Bring the numbers back. blameF is in position to deal with this. He has a molly as well, so if he finds contact and they don't immediately swing him, could potentially dump it. Timing is everything, and he's got gun out, and he doesn't take contact at all. That is not a very effective use of the Molotov, but he'll get run down in towards the sinks. Gun dropped. Now a little bit of a better chance. Time short, but bomb now planted. That's down. Zipex is ahead of it. Very fast into this, and the health's not good for Spirit. They've got no more utility as well. They're just going to have to shoot their way out of this, and they don't really have the health for a long engagement. Nate doesn't blow off the door. I think that was the idea. A bit unfortunate for Astralis, but they're cleaning up the numbers, and, well, Chopper with a Tech 9, what you going to do? They're trading off defuse? This is cheeky. And Zipex makes good.
It's clean in the end, but there was definitely an avenue there for Spirit after the device went down.
Yeah, there was a chance.
Astralis huddled up and covered off the gun being retrieved, and it seemed to work. They dropped one player and made it a little bit better. I think credit to Zipex, though. If he wasn't so fast, getting down lower and cutting off... I can't remember who was planting. I think it was Magix. Early on, very unexpectedly. I think if they'd gone to an extended after plant with even numbers, in quite the dice roll. But at what point are we going to stop counting these moral victories on this T side for Spirit? They've done a lot to keep this economy in check, but we need some round wins. We need a streak of rounds to turn this game back.
You know, one thing that might be extra motivation for Astralis here. blameF spent some time in Dallas, back when he was part of Complexity. Maybe he's telling the boys, look, I know the best barbecue spots. If we qualify for this event, we're eating good all week long. Glaive wants it. He's hungry. Thinking pulled pork. He's thinking ribs. Oh, this round. Looking like they're not the ones who are feasting. Instead, it's Spirit all the way. The Dragon opens its maw, and a bomb plant comes down, and Astralis already 1 foot out the door.
Yeah, Astralis had their pork pulled in this one. Spreaded apart by those forks. Boiled down. I didn't like the setup here for Astralis. They near 2A, they were prioritizing double ramp. And as soon as they lost that first A player, they scrambled to readjust, but they're never going to be in a good setup. So Astralis this time, taking a bit of a gamble, and they got it wrong. They got it wrong. They were really expecting ramp. He was a tad exposed. And it cost them the round. Where's their loss bonus? Can't be good here, so no. Device needs to drop for Glaive. I think it'll be okay for this buy, but they don't have a lot of runway.
I'm not even sure. It's 1,400, right? Yeah, I guess if they drop over, they'll make it work.
Another big one, though, for Spirit. You got another chance to fully snap the money. This is where the cookie crumbles. This is where the boys graduate to the men if Spirit can win this round.
Zipex is having a good game. Just want to note that. Shout him out. Nice to see the clutch minister. Spending some time in office. Speaking of Zipex, ooh, timely. And all this aggressive control through the smoke at that. Unexpected. Might be able to catch a little bit of a flank here. When's he going to activate is the big question. No one's watching lower right now.
They're calling the bluff again, aren't they?
They're pulling device into the same
They're ready
angle.
to crunch lobby. They could be going into a lot of players here. They're not careful.
It's going to get spicy. The flip side is you've only got an SMG actually on site. Never mind, Buzz is in support. Gives them a little bit more to work with, but Glaive now lost. Means that these lobby players, this push from vending, it's got to get activated here quickly, but I think it's going to find the timing. They could find the bomb. Oh my goodness, the bomb in towards Squeaky. They've waited too long. They need to go now. That one kill might slow things up, might give them more opportunities to get into action, but Buzz is under threat. He's waiting for his teammates. There's the bomb, and Buzz continues to hold strong. With the players still on the roof to set up the nades, wonderful. What does he even do to get involved here? They're just trying to withdraw. They're trying to back away, and they're not being afforded the opportunity. That is brutal from Astralis. They let it go to the maximum extension, but just when you think maybe they've missed the window on this push, it activates, it drops the bomb, basically wins the round. And credits to Buzz from behind the cooling tower. He had to stay alive. He had to stall things out. He was the key piece, and he does exactly that.
Yeah, we're more focused on the ramp fight, but whatever the Astralis players did there on A to buy, those 5 to 10 seconds, pretty immense. The device even takes down wonderful.
At least he died before time. At least he died before time.
It's a really frustrating round from Spirit because in a macro sense, they won the round. I mean, they got one player down Secret unchecked. Astralis didn't rotate. Patsy goes down, starts throwing lower nades. And then Astralis from there know they're in big trouble. They know they might have made a huge mistake. And they choose to push lobby, but they were only two. I mean, if they're a bit more explosive, Spirit, they catch Astralis off completely. But despite the advantages in this map, they just cannot seem to capitalize. And I think Astralis are playing so well. Explosive round. Flashes are in. blameF is just mowing them down from mini. It's a slaughterhouse here on A. And these two remaining players don't even know what to do. They have to readjust. And wow, you're about to hand over the 15th round from Astralis, and there's nothing you can do about it.
This has just been the story all game, right? Is Astralis have looked 3 steps ahead in virtually every round. There have been a couple moments where explosive play brought it back, but really there's been no consistent output from Spirit. Nothing to really make us believe that they were ready to compete here on Nuke. Device going to commit into the Molotov, and it works, because of course it does, because that's just the kind of day he's been having. He'll finally get punished, but that's far from making this a viable round. Wonderful at least retrieves the C4, but he's got to know there's probably lobby presence. They know exactly where he is, and Buzz deal with the problem. Double up? No, okay. Adjust back.
And no bomb plant. It's going to be some Galillas in the mix. Astralis is your best chance now just to close this map out cleanly. As mentioned, guys, they played, I think it was at Pro League, they played each other. And Spirit picked up Nuke, so quite a reversal here. Astralis have been absolutely excellent. Played so well. Zimnix has been brilliant. blameF is starting to come alive on towards outer. He's not seeing that control for free whatsoever. And Device has been there as the closer. He's barely been called upon, but hardly been missing many shots. Got any life left in your Spirit? Now would be the time, and that is not the ideal start.
Oh, look at the nade, too. Ugh. That's chunky. Spirit, maybe just thinking about Vertigo at this point. Life starting to leave the body. The last gasps here. They need a defibrillator to bring them back from the brink. Gonna get into this round.
Astralis have made a habit of not rotating lower until they have full confirmation. So there is a chance here for a bomb plant. We'll see if these guys choose to do this unsighted and make no noise. No nades being thrown just yet. Chopper's lining up a Molotov. That's going to go onto the double door stairs. That alerts Astralis. Last time they crunched lobby. So we'll see if they make a move. Nobody's adjusting for Astralis. Are they really prepared to just go for a full retake if required? Because that's what it feels like at the moment.
Seems like that might be the necessity. No noise just yet. Maybe the door's opening. There's a trigger to rotate. The op's not here either. In towards ramp. That'd be your best weapon to just take a pot shot as they come through. Alright, Astralis. What are we going to get? Full lower control surround, dude. How do you want to approach this retake?
I think they're saving.
Oh my goodness. Talk about a conservative call. I guess they've got the rounds to play with, but that is... I don't know if I've ever seen a 5-on-4 retake just completely disregarded like this.
You'd think you'd give ramp a look in, wouldn't you?
You would think a lot of things.
Interesting round from Astralis. A completely opposite approach to what Spirit were doing last half, which was always play too lower in that spot and cede all the control on the upper side of the map. Astralis,
to me,
I don't really get it. I mean, Device walked into garage, re-cleared outer. It looked like blameF was still holding hell at one point. When Device... Clearly, there's a lot going on there.
This is the very intentional game plan, clearly, right? Because there was no moment where any of them even thought about adjusting for the retake. None of them even gave it a look. So clearly they knew before this game happened that in that round, if you just commit to the full 5 up top, and the bomb gets planted lower, you're saving. Doesn't really matter.
I wonder if they were scared of a vent dive, because I don't see why else the ramp player would be scared of a rotate. If you think they vent dive, then maybe you're scared someone's in control holding you, but unless I missed some nades earlier, I don't think it was a possibility. People like Buzz here are always spamming this vent to dissuade a push or at least give up some sort of cue. Still, though, it's a long way to go for Team Spirit. Astralis, by virtue of the save. The buy is still good, and Device readjust in Secret. Wonderful's down. One of the... I know not in this game, but he's still a massive weapon for this team.
That's the difference. So you got the 5v4 early. Surely they're going to adjust more in towards lower. They're not doing
Device has actually given it. He's gone all the way back through ramp. He didn't expect any players to accelerate behind.
Rinse repeat of the last round? We're kind of in the exact same position.
I was going to say something stupid I could do on there, but I think it's going to happen again.
I think this very realistically might be a 5-on-4 save.
This time it's also
wild.
there's no mollies down here. This time it's going to be doors open, bomb plant.
All right, Zipex is giving it a look. He spotted two. He knows. Bomb. Patsy, you have the bomb. You can't fight this. Patsy, you can't fight this. And he's realized. Okay, backing away, planting the bomb. Astralis, they've got the information a little bit earlier, but the Fent players still haven't rotated. They haven't shifted at all. They're going in for a little lobby crunch. Might find magics, I guess, but this is going to waste so much time off the clock. Zipex is sticking close for a look, but this is very slow into the retake. Now they go Vent, realizing there's not a squeaky player, but Glaive has been lost, and they're out. They're saving.
Save. I think I didn't make that bet. Why is Buzz going down?
I don't know. Maybe
Buzz
he's
has
not on the
made...
same
I know
page
he's
as
had a
his
pretty
teammates.
decent game, but he has made 3 or 4 very odd choices in this map so far. Every gun taken away here is massive. And Astralis... It's hard to pinpoint exactly what the gap is. They seem to...
Secret, right?
I don't entirely blame Device for readjusting. He feels like, okay, I've shown myself Secret. I want to move somewhere new and present a different look and make it difficult for Spirit. But who's filling the gap? Was anybody jiggling out to make sure nobody crossed from red? Did Device call? There's nobody here and just fully move. There's one. It's really bizarre, isn't it? Because there's one gap here from Astralis on spotting that out across, and it's punished them twice now.
It's possible. So Device took the player off of silo as opposed to a peek in towards the outer yard. So it's possible they made a read that there was only one there. Oh my goodness, we're getting the adjustment here. We're getting the fast upper play. This is what they were hoping for. This is what they were holding for. It's not going to work out. Chopper catches them off tempo. Astralis may be thinking, okay, well, they've exploited the same thing 2 rounds in a row. They might exploit it again. You could see the adjustment. There was a player lower. There was a player garage. And now there's going to be a save again.
It's a lovely call from Chopper, isn't it? Condition them into continual secret plays and out of control and using different variations of outer smokes. Lay down the nades and speed it up towards inner. Astralis, you can't blame them. You cannot blame them at all for loading up different area on the map, but bluff is called. Chopper isn't scared. I mean, you're up against 15 rounds and you're prepared to call a fast A hit. That takes some serious knackers. And he displays his Adam full.
These last few rounds have been an aberration in the course of the map, right? This has been so dominant, so one-sided all the way through. Astralis have seemed to be a step ahead, but right here at the final hurdle, seeming a bit flummoxed.
Feels like the opportune moment for a pause for Astralis. This was the time now to put the brakes on and just have a cohesive plan, or I don't think they need to load up out. I think it's been the mid-rounding, hasn't it? They can continue to play numbers inner. Oh my lord, we're going fast again.
Going fast again. This time it's red. This time it's fought, contested. Buzz taking the casualties, and well, this may have been one too many times in a row. Wonderful. Alone, and down he goes. Astralis. Just when we're starting to have the slimmest of doubts, they immediately answer them. Alan, that's a very clean showing out from Astralis, and it's going to be a nice early win in this series.
Minus those 2 gun rounds at the end. That was brilliant from Astralis, and they'll watch this game back, I'm